Hi, everyone. Welcome to Club Rats. My name is John.
Faraz.
What's up, guys? I'm Jesiah.
So tonight we're going to recap the short series of the Knicks versus Spurs. Knicks won in 5, 4 games to 1.
That's right. They sure did.
It was I'll just give my quick insight. I think I picked the Knicks in 6, reversed my pick originally. I was shocked the Knicks won in 5. I thought it was impressive. They did not win many of the games. You know, it wasn't like they came up. What was the biggest win?
10 points.
10 points, and everything was below that. Some instances 4 or less.
It was 10, 1, 1, and 4.
Yeah, I mean, they had the mental advantage. When you play basketball, sometimes you get this, when you're going to play against a team, if we can just keep it close to the end of the game, we'll make more plays than them, and we'll out-execute them and beat them. And the Knicks did that pretty much in every game they won, except game 1. But even that game, they still...
I mean, I don't think anybody I can think of really, even on a national level, picked the Knicks to win in 5.
Even Knicks fan did.
Yeah,
Knicks fan didn't have.
I didn't
Knicks
expect
winning in 5.
Well, because the big thing is that I didn't think it conceivable that the Knicks would win every road game in the series.
3-0 at San Antonio. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, winning the first 2 games on the road, it was astonishing, especially because the common theme, and this has been hammered home all the time now by the media outlets, is that the Spurs were up double digits every single game.
Yeah,
every game.
Specifically, they were up double digits every game to start the game. So like every game was fast start from the Spurs, where it looked like, I mean, when in our chats off air, we were Billy's saying the game's over. It was a fun series. 5 minutes into game 1.
We thought that
with the Brunson,
and I admit if Brunson was out, they probably don't win the series.
No, absolutely not.
Or they don't win in 5.
But it was like the point is that the Knicks certainly didn't look the part and to start every game, even in game 5. Game 5 was actually probably the worst they played.
The Knicks didn't really come out in any beginning part of the game and looked amazing, except maybe game 1 even? I don't even know that game.
No.
Yeah, I don't think
every game was bad. Even Brunson said himself, he was like, I don't know what's up with our team, why we start 5 minutes after the buzzer begins. Like, our team just never starts well. But, I mean, we said it ourselves, if it's a 1, 2, 3 possession game with 5 minutes left, you want the ball in Brunson's hands. He's making plays.
Outside of game 4, which was, that's obviously the game that probably people are going to remember as in the annals of history, was the giant comeback.
Insane. 29 points.
Besides that, the other games, New York would make a run to make it close by halftime. They'd be trailing, but they'd be within earshot of.
The Knicks did the quintessential college basketball team. It's like what UConn did in the championship game. Looked like they were going to get killed. And didn't even look like the better team, but when you look at the end of the quarter, end of the half, end of the third quarter, end of the obviously the fourth quarter, the Knicks were in a position to win the game or had the lead. So they'd hang around, and then they would basically just out execute or not hurt themselves. In a lot of these scenarios, I thought the Spurs coach, he could have called a timeout in game 2. Was it game 2 where Wemby hit Castle in the back of the wall? It was game 2. Yeah. That was a huge play.
You have the lead.
Call timeout. Call a timeout. Obviously, it couldn't have been as bad as what happened. I mean, could they have come out of the timeout and turned it over again? Yes, they were a young team. And see, the reason why I can't give the Knicks credit in that instance, they didn't really force the turnover there. It wasn't like they made a great play. Like on the OG tip, that was the greatest tip I think I've ever seen. Certainly what was on the line.
Pause.
But can you think of a better tip shot?
I can't think of a better tip.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
But I mean, even if you look at the pictures, if you look at the photos from the action shot, it's just like you're trying to figure out how did this
go in.
How did this go in?
Yeah.
So
great play.
I've seen a lot of clips from it. The Spurs were confused coming out the timeout who to guard. De'Aaron Fox, not trying to show on De'Aaron Fox any more than the rest of social media, but De'Aaron Fox was guarding the inbounder. He was guarding OG Anunoby, and for some reason, Wemby was on Brunson. That it came out that way. They didn't run any action. Wemby was on Brunson.
Yeah.
And De'Aaron Fox went over to help him. Nobody boxed out OG Anunoby. Stephon Castle was on Cat. He did his job. He boxed out the big. And that's why it allowed a lane for OG Anunoby to get that tip. But Mitch Johnson did not set them up for greatness. When they allowed that offensive rebound in Game 5, for example,
off the free throw.
Yes,
Yeah.
off the free throw, which, hey, we'd like to say the Knicks weren't shooting themselves in the foot. They were missing those free throws
They
in
were.
Game 5.
Yeah.
The Spurs had a chance.
The Knicks did a great job of I don't know if they out rebounded them in the series.
They got more O boards.
But they
killed
key,
them on O
but
boards.
key
that's-
offensive rebounds.
That's been
huge.
Nick's calling card all season
Yeah.
long. Especially because in that scenario,
That's why Mitchell Robinson's
that's why
out
Mitchell
there.
Robinson's out, and
Cat foul.
Cat was already out of the game for fouling out. And the Spurs had a big lineup in there, and
they had Luke
still did-
Cornett and Wemby.
and Wemby. And
I would have probably switched them, but even so, again, you shouldn't have to tell pros to box out. But Wemby,
You don't give up an offensive
Wemby
board.
didn't even put a body on him. Mitchell Robinson literally pushed him underneath the rim.
No,
and that's his best skill.
but not only that, so I don't think I don't think Mitch Johnson knew the shot clock doesn't reset. It was a 10-second difference. They didn't have to intentionally foul again. Again, obviously, if the Knicks score, it's over. But there was a 10-second difference. It was 10 seconds left on the shot clock, 21 seconds on the game clock when they intentionally fouled. Because he told Luke Cornett, go foul. It's on Mitch Johnson. It's on the coach.
Well,
He got out-coached all series long.
I agree 100%. And what was weird about it, there's something about this. The Spurs, all these mistakes they made against the Knicks, they didn't make these mistakes against the Thunder. Now,
No.
what I would say is the Knicks were better than what they thought or realized, clearly, obviously. But I think the moment might have just been too big for the Spurs. When you look at Harper 20, Castle 21, and Wemby 22, when can you ever really recall like that core winning an NBA championship?
I mean, yeah, the
I don't think
core
I've
that
ever
I can
seen
think, and they didn't win, was the
Thunder, but they didn't win it
when,
either.
When they had
And
Durant, Westbrook.
They lost like the same. They lost in 5, I think. It was 4-1. The Heat,
Yeah, against the Heat.
the Heat kind of beat them up. But it was a veteran LeBron.
but also
Wade.
they-
I mean,
And
the
this-
Heat,
that
the
was
Heat were
arguably
the best
coming-
Heat team.
The Heat were on the vengeance tour because
Yeah,
they
that
lost
was
the
after the
Mavericks
2011
the year
season.
Yeah, the year prior.
But my point is, I was thinking about it. I can't think of my lifetime where I've seen a core that young. Everybody talks about Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan didn't win a championship until he was 28 to 30. He was in the NBA
I think 20 was his.
He was in the
first
NBA a good
championship.
solid 6, 7, 8 years. So
Let alone we don't even see them make the finals. For the Thunder to make that first run,
yes,
but they did make a young run last
They
year.
did.
That's the young Thunder team. How good this first team was, I hate.
and the
them.
Knicks went through this though. The Knicks even they had the nightmare loss to the Pacers last year. They had tough series.
Yeah.
They've been in a lot of big playoff games. I think that does matter when it gets so close.
Oh yeah, 100%. I know Faraz probably doesn't want to give KG any credit, and I do like Wemby showing emotion.
Fan favorite.
But now I
KG, Kevin Garnett,
kind of
Faraz.
see what KG was saying though. Wemby and the whole Spurs team got too high in that win, which they should be high. They should be happy about that win. They're making to the finals, but they got so high, and they probably thought they were gonna dog walk the Knicks.
I mean, actually, Wemby's comments after the series made that a little bit more clear.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
they were, and I know there's probably an element of like English is his second language, so he's even said, he's trying to express himself sometimes during the series. He's like, I'm not sure how to say this properly in English, so you have to take a grain of salt with, what
It's
he's
almost
saying.
too honest.
Yeah, but
There's no sugarcoating.
when he said that they absolutely dominated, which I know people are getting on him for that comment, but he's not necessarily wrong. It's just that, when you're saying it after a loss where, by and large, you were the favorite coming into the series, it was the Western Conference Finals was supposed to be the coronation, right?
Yeah.
I believed it too. I bought into it.
That it was whoever comes out of the
Whoever went,
West.
whoever went to the Thunder and Spurs was automatic.
Yeah, and the only reason that it even wasn't an overwhelming, underdog story for the Knicks is because the Knicks were so dominant in getting to the finals, you couldn't ignore it. Like, you couldn't ignore the fact that they were absolutely obliterating teams that hadn't been seen ever before.
Yeah.
And East, West, whatever you want to say, they finished the playoffs with the highest point differential in league history. That doesn't happen by accident. That's the only reason that people gave the Knicks even, a fighting chance against the Spurs coming into it.
I wouldn't even say a fighting chance. Most people didn't have the Knicks winning. Faraz. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
I
that's
think
true.
hindsight's 2020. A lot of people are now starting to realize how great this run was for them. For them not to play with their food in one game in the 76ers series, for them to come back that game one in that Cavs series, because they were down by 22 in that
22.
Cavs series,
Yeah.
start of the fourth quarter. Like, this team is a team, and they don't buckle. Something I am pretty upset, I shouldn't say upset about because I'm not a Knicks fan, but everybody kind of points to why the Spurs lost. They're not pointing to why the Knicks won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
the
a
Knicks, they have the best closer in the NBA.
The NBA does this though all the time. They do this all the
good,
time.
you're trying to rationalize.
Not every year, but there are some. I remember when the Pistons won. There's like, oh, they didn't.
They didn't.
It didn't count. I'm like, well, we just beat. We still beat Kobe and Shaq in their prime.
Yeah,
And
like,
they were the overwhelming
and
favorites.
they won 3 titles. Like now, it doesn't mean anything.
They were the
Like,
overwhelming
I understand.
favorites, heavy favorites. But yeah, it's because
You
you're
watch
trying
the
to
game, it's
rationalize.
dominated.
You're
like,
trying to explain how could the predicted result not happen? How did the predicted result, the favorites?
Frost, I want to ask you though. So I've known you as a longtime New York Knicks fan. What were your 5 like greatest moments of the finals? And just being a Knicks fan, because I didn't think the Knicks were going to win until they won it. Even in the game, I expected them to lose Game 5.
I thought so too.
And then it's going to be all the pressure in the world on the Knicks in Game 6. And then you could just see them. Everybody's there, and they fucking blow it.
Yeah.
And like they lose a heartbreaker, or they just come out and like you're just waiting for that moment.
And it never happened.
And it never happened.
Yeah.
And they did kind of the opposite. In every moment they needed to be clutch, the Knicks were clutch. Which you didn't I've never seen that in my life. Not a New York Knicks team. So
Not in really. I can't remember any team.
So what were your 5 favorite moments, and then how do you feel about Dolan? Do you still hate him a little bit less?
I'll get to the second part right now. Absolutely, fuck James Dolan to oblivion.
He said
not
sorry.
at all.
He gets no he said sorry.
He gets no slack whatsoever. He's a fucking repulsive little worm. I know, like if this, I'm gonna get face ID'd and banned from Madison Square Garden properties, but I don't.
It might be because you're brown. But.
Yeah.
Whatever, absolutely not. No forgiveness. No leash for him. Worst owner in sports. Like he's just.
I can't disagree. I mean,
he's awful. And that's the one thing. It's
you
just
don't
like
think it
you
took
hate
him to have some humility and give Leon Rose the keys officially? Because we all thought it was going to happen.
I'm not
with
giving
Will
him a
Jackson.
single shred of credit, especially after the stunt he pulled for fucking Game 3. Absolutely not. Like, fuck him. Fuck James Dolan. He sucks. It sucks that the worst owner in sports got a championship. It just happens to be my
Your
favorite,
favorite team. Okay.
The first part.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard. Dolan's that's out of bounds. It's hard to defend Dolan. I don't know.
You can't.
He's just kind of a worm.
You don't think people could change?
Well, I don't even know how much involvement was he with this as well. Like, did he
His
really?
biggest involvement was to not be involved at all.
That tells you everything you need to know right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and even then, you still feel like he's going on radio shows in January, and while the Knicks are in the middle of a rough road trip.
Yeah, January was awful.
And he's saying that they're going to they should win the finals. It's like, what are you talking about?
Well, he was right.
Yeah, but this is Nostradamus. This is a blind squirrel, finds the nut sort of situation. It's not, an
how long has he been the owner for?
Since the late 90s, since
I think
so, 30 years roughly.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I don't remember the exact.
It's almost 30 years.
Yeah,
I mean, Tony.
Longer than he
has 1 championship and 3 finals appearances in 30 years.
Yeah, but the Knicks also have the second most losses in the NBA.
No, I'm saying
it's only 2 finals appearances in 30 years.
No, they made it.
94.
Ewing made 2.
It wasn't him.
94 wasn't Dolan.
Oh, he didn't own that. So,
No,
okay. So 2.
Yeah, so it was, I think, 99 and then now.
James Dolan did have the genius idea to go into the locker room and tell them prior to the playoffs starting, don't have sex for 2 months. And, put that to the side. And that got the guys going. You don't think so, for us?
That's why I do great at work. It's because I follow that rule all the time. But
celibacy.
Yeah, it's James Dolan sucks, man. That's the one negative is that he gets to take any inkling of credit for any of this. Especially after the middle finger he gave Knicks fans and the city of New York in Game 3 with the whole.
And that was the only game you guys lost.
Yes, which is actually it's poetic. That's the only game that was that they lost.
So top 5 moments for us.
I mean, I think number one, without a doubt, has to be the tip.
It was a glorious tip.
Yeah. Let us gingerly touch our tips. It's
because when he
what movie was that? Damn, I can't remember.
Isn't that Anchorman?
No,
the ice skating one. No, it could be Role Models.
I think it's Role Models. Yeah.
With the swords.
Yeah, with the swords.
With
Yeah,
the swords.
with the Renaissance Fair. Yeah.
That's an underrated movie.
A great movie.
It's good.
It has to be the tip, for sure.
Because when it off the initial shot, I thought the game was over. I'm like,
yeah,
I lose.
I didn't think there was
and then
be
the series. I'm like, because that was game 4, right?
Yeah, it was the 29-point comeback.
Yeah, so that would have sent it back to San Antonio's tied at 2-2.
And I think the series is over at that point. Or the Knicks are in
In
drastic trouble. Like they can lose the series now.
Absolutely. They
won it. I thought when that shot did occur, I thought the series was over. I thought the Knicks were going to win.
Knicks are going to nick.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it was 3-1.
Not losing 3 in a row.
So it would be like if
I thought the winner of that game was going to win the series.
I think that's I think a lot of people felt that way too. I felt like there's still a possibility. I mean, actually, let me back up. When it was 81-52, I was like, this series is over.
Yeah.
In the other direction, that like I was,
you were pissed in the group chat.
Yeah, I was. Well, it's hard not to be. It's like it's you, the kind of egg they just laid. It's just like there's absolutely no chance that they're gonna.
And this is one thing about sports. Everybody, we try to talk about it. Nobody knows what's going to happen.
No,
nobody.
These swings are incredible. Like if you watch Game 5 and you watch the first quarter, the Knicks looked atrocious.
That's
I feel like they were so bad.
13 points in the first quarter.
They were
already bad.
They were, I think, 3 for 20 or 4 for 25, something along those lines. They were shooting under 20%.
They were down, but they're only down 10. And then I was going to my game myself, and I watched it. I looked at before the half with like 2 minutes, and I'm seeing them down 5. I'm like, oh,
they went to the half with a
they can win this
deficit.
game only down 5.
Yeah, so like the start of the second
they
quarter.
They did that the whole series.
The start of the second quarter, Wemby hits the 3 to put him up 16. And it's like, oh boy, here like there's repeating game 4 all over again, and then just Brunson took over, had one of his little mini runs. Josh Hart gets the and one on a flagrant foul, which. By the way, like I think we need to touch on some of the officiating in this series.
It was awful.
I've never seen anything like it.
The extender was their game 5, and Faraz, are you a believer in the extender? I know he usually roots for your Knicks, but like, how does Wemby not get a flagrant foul that gets called a flagrant foul?
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that wasn't a call. I couldn't believe that wasn't a foul.
And then they call it flagrant the next quarter when Mitchell Robinson kind of did nudge Wemby, but
it was a soft.
There's no doubt the NBA when they have like their stars, they let them get away with stuff. They did this with Michael Jordan.
Brunson got called for an identical flagrant foul earlier in the series.
It wasn't identical. Brunson's was not as bad. Well, he literally
but what I mean is like the same concept is like the
same concept.
The landing zone foul.
Anybody comparing Brunson though to SGA, there's a level.
Oh,
they're in different worlds.
No,
yeah,
watching. I'm just saying, you could not watch the Thunder and then see how he flops. Brunson might do a little bit here and there, but it's not even close.
No.
It's not even close.
And he's the smallest guy out there half the time. So.
He's at a disadvantage a lot of the time.
No, I that's probably why the Knicks won. They weren't trying to get to the free throw line. They're trying to win the game. They're trying to get a bucket. They're trying to make a shot. Shea's whole goal outside of Game 7 was, I'm trying to get to the free throw line. He's not trying to get a bucket.
Yeah, just falling off of a jump.
I thought the Knicks had this, and this is just a little, not so much luck, but just if you're going to win a championship, you need this. It's like everybody on the Knicks had a moment when they needed to make a play. That guy would step up and just make a play, and it kind of happened the whole playoffs. But you noticed it more in the finals because you didn't think the Knicks were a lock to win. It was a contested game, and they just had a guy that would step up and make a play. Like even Towns, he didn't finish the series great, but he's still. If you would have said before the series, you're gonna win the first 2 on the road, and he's gonna play equal or even arguably better than Wemby. You would take that.
Yeah, absolutely. And
you take it.
That would actually give Wemby trouble defensively.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Game 1, he had that third quarter. Game 2, he was good the whole second half.
He outplayed anybody like that we saw Wemby go in the
one
West.
Shot
like Chet wasn't even a comparable.
Oh, no,
not even comparable to Towns.
He had a
was also
pretty
getting
good
rebounds.
game for during the
That's what I'm
comeback run. Like he hit a three. He had
a couple
plays.
games where he disappeared, but you still got two. And
He had 2 road wins.
Yeah, two road wins, and he played well in them.
And again,
he had a
it's game
moment.
five.
He had a moment to get MVP. If he put one more game together
after game 1 and 2, he was the MVP.
I was MVP.
I felt like he was the MVP.
I agree. He could have played his way into it.
His game 5, he only had one shot made, but that was the end of the shot clock. Fadeaway heave he threw up, and it went all net. It was great. And something else, everyone shits on Karl Anthony Towns' defense. This was the most locked-in cat we've ever seen. Jimmy Butler went to Minnesota and said, "You can't win with him. He's weak. He doesn't play defense."
That's funny you bring that up because I've been seeing a lot of. So I've been off social media. I've been on I've been gone for years. So I wanted to just make my return just so I could just yell from the top.
Bask in the glory. Right?
Yeah, bask in the glory. And so I've been subjected to the cesspool that is Facebook. Holy shit, it is so bad. But there have been some little posts that I've I didn't even think about that. It's like where one of them was relating to Jimmy Butler because infamously he had that meltdown regarding Cat and Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah.
And now out of the 3, he's the only one that hasn't won a championship. Granted, Wiggins and Cat were not the number ones in their respective championships.
But they were both huge contributors to the team being what they are.
And remember this moment now because it always gets forgotten. Remember when these teams win a championship, they always want to give it, it's this one guy. Michael Jordan won every game for the Bulls, and he was the reason. It's when you win these championships, it's more than just one guy.
You're gonna have a
it's
guy
the whole organization.
Kerr. Look at
John Paxson.
Jordan Clarkson game 4. He scored like
Alvarado in game and
he changed the whole pace of that game.
Yeah,
and I thought he flipped it.
He had 8 points in the
he had
fourth.
2 dagger threes.
Yeah.
His energy flipped that game, and you could argue even the series in a small way.
He's going to be a Knicks legend forever now.
Absolutely.
So you got to remember that. That's why I hate when they do all these title comparisons. They're not the same situation, team by team. It's totally different.
Also, we all shat on Mike Brown. I think
no,
Mike Brown got the team to buy in. Even halfway through the season, it was not looking good. Karl Anthony Towns, a month before the playoffs started, he's like, "I don't know my role." He said this. Karl Anthony Towns said, "I don't know my role," a month before the playoffs started. I think Mike Brown got them all to lock in.
Did you tell him to be zesty? That's your role, to be zesty.
Just be you, Cat.
That's it.
I mean, the Knicks are one of the original franchises in the NBA. They have 2 coaches ever to have won a championship. Red Holtzman and now Mike Brown.
He's not on the Red Holtzman level yet, but
you gotta argue that
Holtzman won multiple, right? He won 2.
He won 2. But I mean, different era. And the other thing is that, Mike Brown nobody was excited about the Mike Brown.
No.
I mean, I think one of our other shows.
It wasn't a sexy hire.
Preseason is
we were deflated.
It was like the Knicks should be favorites to make the finals out of the East, but for Mike Brown.
Yeah.
It's like the weak link is like, okay, Mike Brown, because that's really the only change they made. And noticeable change that they added around the fringes with, funny enough, Yabusele, who
didn't matter,
horrendous,
but you got Jose Alvarado
out of it.
Do you think this Knicks team will repeat?
I mean, that's tough to say. I mean, I think that they can, but will they? The NBA is certainly in an era of parity nowadays.
9 of the last winners are all different teams.
There hasn't been a back-to-back winner since the Warriors.
Yeah, it's a long time.
And I know the Celtics are on championship number 5, right? According to
my brother.
3-0.
Yeah.
I mean, who's going to beat them? Besides the Knicks next year.
We're going to be the same team next year. Like we're at the end of an era with the JB and JT duo, which I love that duo. I love Jalen Brown, but his time has come. But before we get to them, I want to touch on Mike Brown one more time. He was last head coach of the Kings. It's pretty poetic that the Spurs essentially lost because some of De'Aaron Fox's lack of better play to end the game, and Mike Brown got fired because he called De'Aaron Fox out.
Yeah.
Do you think if the Spurs...
It's poetic.
Mike Brown...
I agree.
Yeah.
Mike Brown's the only coach in the last 18 years to have the Sacramento Kings have winning seasons.
Yeah.
The 2 winning seasons that happened for Sacramento in the last nearly 20 years, were Mike Brown, and they unceremoniously fired him.
I will say this for Mike Brown: for him to, if they got back to the finals next year, I think it'd be huge for him. If this is the only one he wins.
That's all he.
I don't know. That's he won a championship with the Knicks.
No, I understand, but Doc Rivers has a championship.
Yeah, but
I'm just
Doc
saying,
Rivers has a championship with the Celtics.
Yeah, it holds more weight with certain teams.
Yeah,
I'm saying he could play his way up though. If Mike Brown won another title or even made it,
Mike Brown would be looked at in a much different light if he wins another championship.
100%.
Well, if he makes it to the finals again, coach, that would be his third finals appearance as a head coach.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he was LeBron.
I mean, just because we said the 9, it's hard to win. It's hard to go back to back. It just seems like there's going to be an injury. There's bad luck. I mean, sometimes you just don't play with the same energy.
Look, everybody wanted to kind of anoint the Thunder as everybody wanted to anoint the Thunder as the next dynasty.
I thought they were going to win the championship for sure.
They still very well could be, the next dynasty.
Yeah.
Kind of like how the Warriors were necessarily.
Or how the Spurs were, too. They never won back-to-back, but they won 5 in 20
that
years.
That still could be the case. But the NBA definitely is entering an era of parity. Not entering, we're there already. I think it's a high likelihood we see 2 completely different finalists next year.
You just
maybe it's it could be the Celtics versus the Thunder or the Pacers versus the Thunder. Who knows?
Yeah, I agree. You see these teams.
Health and rest matter a lot.
100%.
Oh, and the Knicks, them taking care of business the prior 2 rounds.
That was big.
It was huge.
I think that was
Look
big.
how much rejuvenated they looked in the Spurs.
But
that's why they were able to last longer.
These have building effects though on these teams too. Like you'll see, the Thunder, and nobody really talked about it because everybody hated the Thunder, but they were not 100% healthy for that series against the Spurs. No. Jalen Williams was didn't even play towards the end.
I think he only played 2 games.
Yeah.
And the 2 games, they weren't full games. He was on the bench on one, and the other one he left early because that's when he got re-injured.
Considered their second
best.
At worst, third best player.
Yeah.
He's a second, probably for sure 2, at worst third. But he didn't play. That's big. I mean, when you look how the Thunder lost, you lose one game, it can change a whole series.
What if they won that game 1, that double overtime game?
Yeah.
Don't play with your food. And they probably did take the Spurs a little bit light. And Knicks, even though they started off slow, they stayed the course throughout the game. Every player knew their role. Mike Brown used the timeouts properly. I'm telling you, Mitch Johnson, I don't want to just blame the coach, but I don't think he was setting his guys up for greatness. Fox was slightly hurt too. Now, he's out there. If you're going out there to play, you're going to be viewed as healthy.
He had no speed, though.
Fox was slightly hurt. Like that OG layup. Yeah, OG did foul him, right? But regardless, that's a bonehead play. He's a veteran. He's the one that's not supposed to make that play. I do have a problem with that, but if this was Fox even just 8 months ago, he's getting that late.
But when Reggie got blocked by Prince, Reggie was hurt too in that game.
Yeah. Well,
he actually was hurt.
And Prince is a freak athlete.
These injuries, you cannot... They are huge. The Knicks had not a lot of injuries in this whole thing.
It was just OG at the Sixers series, which I was terrified.
Oh, no, if he's out...
Yeah,
well, you might not win the championship.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And OG's unsung hero.
That's how thin these things are.
And Faraz, OG's unsung hero. You say you got a jersey. He is a Knicks legend too forever now.
He's the guy.
He hit shots time and time again. Whenever Brunson was maybe in a cold spout or just taking a breather, there's times There's times Karl Anthony Towns couldn't score. OG would hit a shot or he would get a bucket. He's the only player I've seen not afraid to attack Wemby.
He
actually went at Wemby quite often.
Times. He had many drive-bys where he kind of put him on his hip and then dunked
which was
impressive.
One of the big plays down the stretch of Game 5 was exactly that, and he was double teamed. It was eventually Vassell and Wemby trying to contest the dunk, and that's when Vassell goaltended from underneath the basket.
I definitely thought the Knicks, in that, getting it back to that mental part of the game, they played these games like they knew they had to win it this year. They play with that type of urgency. They never quit. They never really got too emotionally high or low. If you watch OG on Good Morning America this morning, I don't know if he was on something, but they asked him a question. He just sits there and doesn't say anything.
No, he's very nonchalant.
He's just neutral.
He is nonchalant. Pretty much the whole team
Like he just made the
outside
tip shot, and
Yeah.
the reporter's like, "How do you feel?" He's like, "Oh, it was a good shot."
He's
It's just
like,
like,
"I'm just trying
yeah,
to-
it's like he
he's
just
like,
made
"I'm
the
just trying to
biggest
help
shot
the
in
team
Knick
win."
history.
Yeah.
Or like, I think it is. Yeah,
is
I think it is.
Without-
At least modern.
Without question.
How does that
At
tip
least
go?
modern history.
How's that tip going? But Patrick Ewing's
The
layup.
layup, or
Yeah.
Charles
Just digs
Smith,
back.
Charles Smith's layup, like it's crazy.
I saw Josh Hart.
Patrick
say-
Ewing's getting a ring, by the way, and is John Starks because they're
They're part of the net organization.
part of the organization. They're like legacy
Oh, sick.
positions.
So
So Patrick Ewing will get a ring actually.
OG
That's
was
pretty
the
cool.
only. People have been saying OG is the only player on the roster with the ring, which isn't. It's not actually true.
Yeah, it's one of the bench players.
Yeah, Dylan Jones.
Dylan Jones.
He was a first round pick in 2024, and he ended up getting a ring with Oklahoma City
Thunder.
with the Thunder last year. He actually played in like 9 or 10 games in the playoffs for them.
What else stuck out to you, Faraz, about the Knicks? I mean, how do you? Was this the? I mean, is this your greatest championship of your life?
Without question. Like, yeah, it's and we can touch on the Knights in a little bit, but like I was really before the Knicks won, I was so emotionally drained. Just because this Knicks series was miserable to watch, if you're like in terms of just like
The highs and lows.
the highs and lows, just absolutely miserable. And then same with the Knights. And then I'm not saying that I wanted both to win on the same equal level, but like it felt that way. And then once the Knicks won, I kind of just like, I'm spent. It's like, okay, you know what? Golden Knights, good luck. If but if you don't do it, at least like, you won it 3 years ago.
Yeah.
No big deal. So, yeah, it's. I'm still even thinking about it, saying it out loud that the Knicks are champions. It doesn't feel quite real. But maybe come Thursday that changes.
Yeah, so you are going to New York, right?
I am going to be heading out for the parade because I figured I was like, this may never happen again.
No,
So,
statistically, probably not.
Like if it's another 53 years, I'm going to be in my 90s. So
Hopefully we make it to see it, but
yeah. So
it's possible.
You never know.
It is possible. We are relatively healthy.
A lot can happen. There's a possibility they win it again next year. I'd say that the likelihood is low. But,
Yeah, because we are in the parity era, and like what John said, an injury can happen. Also, once you win a championship, the target's on you. Even bad teams, they're like trying to prove something.
That's true.
Well, I just saw the Knicks too. The Knicks always have a target. Like when you go to Mass, if they're going to play like LeBron,
Knicks were bad, and Trae Young is
No,
still
but-
stomping on the New York
Yeah.
logo.
there's like 40-point games all time. LeBron has five of them, and he's the only non-Knick on the list. It's like Walt Frazier. It's every Knick you could think of, but LeBron's like third because every time he goes to New York, he scores like 50 or 40 or what. Like he just
Kobe
goes.
had it. Kobe had some.
Yeah, it's crazy. So that's going to be like times 20 though this year because this upcoming year because they're the Knicks. And they
Everybody
just
wants
won
to
it.
show out.
So, Faraz, how familiar are you with the contracts on your team? Are you guys losing anyone?
There's the biggest possibility or the biggest one is clearly Mitchell Robinson.
Is he a free agent?
He's unrestricted.
Ooh.
But there's already been reporting that like he's a priority signing for the Knicks. This is going to take them into luxury tax territory.
And James Dolan's going to pay because he's sorry.
Yeah, he's a real good guy, real generous son of a bitch.
He won't pay it or he will?
No, he
No,
will.
he will.
But like,
Hey, give him credit. At least he pays it.
So, Mitch,
There's some owners that won't pay that for us.
yeah, but I feel like if you're trying to, sell to your fan base, not that he's ever given a shit, but like if you're trying to say that like we're trying to put a championship team together,
he's a changed man for us.
sure he is. So Mitchell Robinson's the big one.
You don't want to lose him though. He's one of those guys. He's not flashy, but he does make plays. Robinson.
Oh yeah,
Like he's
a great for what his role is.
Yeah, backup
as a
center.
backup big.
He's going to get 10 to 15 million. He's going to probably get the full MLE.
He's
Mid-level exception.
well. The other thing is that he's going to be targeted by teams that do have,
Space.
a lot of space, particularly teams that need a big. The Bulls, number one, I'd say, are probably the most interesting threat for that. The Lakers too.
Speaking of the Bulls, they just hired their head coach, Thiago Splitter. So he did officially leave Portland, like I said last week's show, because the owner only offered him like $1 million, like his assistant coach's salary. He like
Well, maybe the
that
owner
now.
ponies up now because the Hurricanes won the Stanley Cup. So
Probably not, right? But yeah, Taylor Splitter, head coach of the Bulls now. But is there anybody else that's a free agent on your team?
I mean, it would just be all on the fringes, really. Like
okay.
Shamit's.
Shamit's gone.
Shamit's really the other one, and I don't know. Like he was on a non-guaranteed deal
He was
to start
big
the year.
for
He was
us.
big in the playoffs.
He was big in the playoffs.
He was big.
He's like,
from the
I'm
stretch.
not. I don't know if you win without him.
Well, in the Cavs series, he was critical.
I mean,
Getting to the point, but even though he didn't shoot great in this series, he still had timely threes. Like in that Game 4 comeback,
yeah,
he hit a wing three to cut the lead down to, I think, 5 at that time.
No, he had big shots,
and
he was
defensively, Mike Brown relied on him quite a bit.
I just never liked losing shooting either. Like shooting, I don't know, and it's proven shooting. Like you just won a championship with him. Any big shot. That's the one thing about the Knicks. You're going to get the championship bump. They'll have a great regular season next year, barring injury, because nothing's going to rattle them. They've seen everything. They've won it. So I wouldn't be shocked if the Knicks won a ton of games next year. It's just, can they get healthy going into the playoffs?
Yeah, look how bad the East is. The Celtics are able to win 50-some games.
Well,
and
the
team
East
got knocked
next
out.
year, I feel like the East is going to have a bit of a bounce back because, I mean, perfect time to talk shit, not about the Pistons. But, I mean, like, I don't feel like the Pistons are going to be the cream of the crop of the East.
No.
I mean, they could be. But I feel like you have teams like, I mean, Boston's certainly angled for a comeback. Especially, I think it's very intriguing if they end up with Giannis, as it seems like that's where
it's heading.
That's where everything's the headwinds are pointing towards.
I
know that we don't want to really, they're kind of an afterthought just because of what's happened with the season they had. But the Pacers are going to be healthy, presumably again.
The Cavs are still going to be in the mix, even though I don't believe in them. But
I don't really. I mean, if your second or third best player is third best for sure, is James Harden, then I don't know.
I think he's probably fourth best at this moment. Like Jared Allen's been playing great. Evan Mobley still at DPOY. Donovan Mitchell's obviously the number one.
No argument from me on that one, but
okay.
Then you also, and the other thing too is that every year there's always a team that
the Raptors been playing great. Like Scotty Barnes,
I could see them making a leap because every year there's a team that does that defies expectations.
Colin Murray Boyles at center. I didn't think it was going to work. It's been working amazing. Scotty Barnes at point guard. Emmanuel quickly getting injured. Former Knick.
RJ Barrett's played well for them.
He had a game winner.
Yeah, the game winner. But I mean, I could see them taking a leap. Just like, I mean, the Pistons were good, but did anybody have them being top of the East this year? I don't think so.
60 wins.
60 wins, and so I'm no disrespect to them. I'm just saying that the way that the league is now, with all the parity, that it is certainly possible.
The Heat are always in the mix too.
Yeah, the Heat are in the mix. They could end up with Giannis, and that changes their prospects certainly.
The Wizards are going to be healthy.
I don't know. I feel like the Wizards have something cooking.
I sold you on their Kool-Aid.
Yeah, like I do feel like they have something cooking, especially presuming that they're going to end up with Dubonsa or at worst Peterson.
Yeah.
It's certainly a possibility for another team to kind of emerge and maybe not be a full title contender, but at least take a step and be, a force to be reckoned with in the conference.
So we're saying the teams to look out for the East.
Yeah, just like, as far as the Eastern Conference.
Like could be the top 4 teams, top 3 teams.
My thing was that I feel like the Eastern Conference is primed for a little bit of a respectability bounce back.
A little bit of a resurgence.
Well,
you have to, I mean, whatever anybody wants to say, the Knicks won the championship, and they won it in a pretty, convincing manner, at least 4-1.
4-1 in any other case. Did the
Pistons sweep the Knicks this year in the regular season?
They obliterated the Knicks.
And the games weren't even
they were close.
I'm not saying that would have happened. Obviously, the playoffs are different, but you can't. You can't. I was hard on the Cavs. Some of these teams, maybe the East is a little bit better than what everybody realized.
The draft isn't nowhere near as stacked as it is this year.
Yeah,
a lot of teams were bottoming out, not trying to win, selling their top players. That's why I kind of was happy with what the Wizards were trying to do. They bought low on some injured players, like Trae Young and Anthony Davis, 2 top 25 players in the NBA, for nothing. They gave up CJ McCollum, which He was stuck on your Knicks for a little bit.
Yeah, he was the biggest impediment to the Knicks championship.
Yeah.
not Wembanyama, it was C.J. McCollum. But yeah,
which is amazing to say.
It's remarkable
He
that the Hawks actually won more games against the Knicks in the playoffs than the Spurs did.
I'll say this again. I don't think anybody thought the Knicks would go through the playoffs. Would they lose 3 games?
Whole series.
Nobody predicted that.
No, of course.
No, that's one of the best all-time runs.
And how could you predict that? It wasn't like
they won. They had the, like I said it earlier. They had the biggest point differential in the history of the NBA.
Yeah,
for a playoff run.
Yeah. No, you have to. I mean, that's impressive.
I think I saw
on some level
what their championship run is ranked. I think they're ranked top 5 all time. I think they're the number.
Well, I think the Lakers has still the
2001
Lakers,
and then it was like the '97 Bulls. Who else was in there? But yeah, they're in the top 5.
I don't know if I have top 5. But
that's
in terms of statistically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm saying
the numbers, by the numbers.
Like Russell Celtics, the Kareem Magic Lakers, Bird Celtics, Jordan's Bulls.
Well, those are dynasties.
No, I'm saying greatest teams of all time.
Yeah.
And whatever Warriors of this Steph Curry one, they had a moment. I think you got to put them there.
I do actually think it was the 17-18 Warriors.
17, yeah. They had one of the KD Warriors had to have been up
which
there.
We all know that's a insane, not fair team.
But I think this can get I think this could get even better. Like also, let's say the Spurs go on to a dynasty and win let's say Wemby ends up winning 5 titles. His only loss will be to the Knicks.
Possibly.
In 20 years, I'm just saying.
And it was their first playoff run. That's something else I want to highlight. Everyone's wanting to chop off Fox's head, and I know I've been shitting on Mitch Johnson a lot. I don't think they should make any changes. They have 2 free agents.
I agree.
It's Harrison Barnes and one bench guy, low on the bench. I can't remember who. But all their main guys, their top 7, top 8 guys, are all still locked up. This team, prior to the season starting, their projected wins was only 42 wins. So that's a play-in team. And then once they started exceeding those expectations, they're in the playoffs. Maybe they'll do something. But they're a first-round exit. Then it went to they could win the series. Nobody had them going to the finals this year. Nobody.
At preseason,
no Spurs. Nobody had the Spurs going to the finals.
Preseason maybe, but I feel like as the season went on, they were clearly they were the number 2 seed. They won 62 games.
But then the next.
Yeah, they agree.
The next asterisk was they're too young. And I would, even though they lost to the Spurs clearly for probably their youth, but them being the Thunder, that's why I don't like the youth talk.
Yeah, I agree. No, it was so, the thing I did not understand, I don't totally still get it, is how
they were able to close games.
They look so composed against the Thunder. And it was weird how it was the total opposite against the Knicks. Like they made so many mistakes, missed free throws, bad turnovers, couldn't make shots when they needed to.
Yeah.
Like the Spurs could not make a shot when they needed one against the Knicks. Like that last guy had a shot,
was
they
missing
couldn't make
free
it.
throws, and he shoots 85%
It's almost
from the free throw line.
You know who did who I thought was the worst Spur by a mile? Keldon Johnson.
Yeah.
I thought he would every time. That was the only time I actually felt good in the series is whenever he was on the floor.
He didn't look like he belonged on the court.
I don't think he. Yeah, I didn't think he looked.
He looked over his head.
Completely over his head.
You know what's crazy about that? I
agree.
agree, but numbers wise, he had the highest plus minus.
But
Isn't that wild?
He got better later in the series. Early on, he was.
I thought he was a complete liability.
But he was really weird on the court.
Yeah, he looked like he was.
I don't know.
I know for the whole playoffs, he shot 20% from 3. I know he's the reigning 6th man of the year. I don't think they should make any trades. I doubt anybody will want to buy in on a Keldon Johnson. But also, he's on a team-friendly deal. He's only getting paid $18 million.
Well, there's one player that a lot of teams that are angling for contention are looking at, and it's
Champagne?
Trey Murphy from the Pelicans.
Okay. I thought
he's like everywhere right now.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to get him.
The Celtics are getting him.
Everybody wants to get him.
Spurs are getting him. I mean, every team's going to get him. And only one's going to get him.
Team-friendly deal, and he is a 6'8" shooting guard, but he can handle. He plays defense.
He's like the 3-and-D. And everybody wants like the next OG Anunoby.
Do your teams have any picks in this draft?
Actually, the Knicks do. This is one of the few drafts they do have picks.
It's going to be a late pick, obviously.
They have the 24th pick.
Yeah, that's what.
And they have the first pick of the second round. So I look at that as like you basically have
two first
rounders, essentially.
Like if you guys could get somebody, you could let Mitchell Robinson go. Then.
That's the thinking is that, there's a possibility if they're going to try to be...
if you had Mara, would you just let Robinson go?
Yeah, I would say so. But I don't... There's no way Mara...
I know, but I'm saying if you would just player to player, a player like that.
Yeah, I think that would make total sense.
I don't think you guys let him walk, though.
I don't think so either.
I don't think he's that affordable, yeah.
But, I mean, if it is...
He doesn't work on his free throws. It's egregious.
I don't understand
I think the most... the teams with cap space, I can't see him offering more than $20 million. You know what I'm saying?
It depends, because there are some teams that are desperate.
What does he average? He doesn't really put the ball in the hole.
Well, the thing is that he's not.
He's not a numbers guy.
He's not a. He
I
can't stay
understand
healthy.
his worth.
He can't stay healthy. Yeah, see, that's a big thing.
But how much is a team going to pay him? I mean, his stuff doesn't look great on paper. It's more his impact on the game.
I mean, he does it's actually crazy now as he's gotten.
What does he average on the regular season?
I'm looking
probably like 6 and 8.
I mean, yeah,
6 points and 9 rebounds.
Yeah, 6 and 9. Yeah.
See, this is what I'm getting at though. Like a guy like Duren, we killed Duren, and Duren was awful in the playoffs. But what he averaged in the season? 20 and
10.
Yeah, I mean that's still good.
Yeah, but Robinson, the whole thing is
totally different player, role player.
He's a defensive, offensive rebound, machine.
Duren averaged 20 and 11.
Yeah,
but that's him being the second option.
Correct.
I remember 3, 4, 5 years ago. Not only Knicks fans, everybody thought Mitchell Robinson was going to take that offensive leap. He just never did. But what he is a great role player.
And I thought he would be pretty good. He held his own at times.
I mean, he got the biggest offensive rebound in
Knicks history.
Knicks history.
So there you go.
Yeah, it's. But I mean, I feel like that's something that they will probably explore doing is to maybe fill some of the holes that whether it's from Shamet or Mitchell Robinson or both, because they have 2 picks that are actually of some value.
What players in this draft are you guys most excited about? Not where they go, but just as a player. Who do you think will be like a star?
I mean, it's the top of the draft. So I was reading an article, an athletic article. He was going through his list of like the best 20 prospects that he had ranked for the last 11 years, and not about where they are, what happened to them since. Yeah. It's about
at that moment.
At that moment. Yeah. And so obviously Wemby's 1. Cooper Flag was 2. Zion was 3, which it makes sense. It makes sense.
We're in the worst timeline for
Zion. Yeah.
Every other world out there has Zion being a top 10 player.
Yeah. I mean, at the time, Zion was looked at as.
100%.
You think about it, you feel like he's a bust. You feel like he is a bust.
You do not get what.
Because he was looked at as potentially the best player in the NBA. Yeah. Like that kind of talent.
As a Pistons fan, would you rather have Cade or Zion? It's not even close.
Not even close.
Which I wouldn't have said that before.
Yeah. No, not at all.
It's a total flip.
He was a freak athlete. He was able to shoot a little bit. He cared about defense. And now he's just a blob.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's funny because it's like his whole calling card was unseen athleticism. And I mean, he still has a chance to be very, very good. It's just, he's probably not going to be the best player in the NBA.
No.
But interesting on that list, so again, it's for the last 11 years, since the 2015 draft, is that there's 4 players from this year's draft on that list.
Wow, really?
So that's,
it's the top 4.
It's the top 4. Yeah. So it says something that you have 4 really, really high-end players that are potentially going to be coming out of this draft.
I don't think it's a lock that Advanced is 1.
No, actually, it is.
No, I think he goes number 1 in this draft. But in retrospect, I don't think he goes down as the best player in this draft.
Oh, I see. But it's not. I don't even think it's a lock.
So he's still a big favorite going number 1.
Darren Peterson met with the Wizards, and he's not intending to meet with any other team.
Yeah.
So that's leading for some to believe that there's a possibility the Wizards may be open to trading this pick, because it's no secret that Utah wants DeBonsa.
Yeah, I wonder what connections there. Right?
Yeah, exactly. So
what are we talking about? So it would be a shock if DeBonsa didn't go 1. It'd be a little bit shocking.
I'd say so. Well, yeah.
It's one of those things we say it could happen, but we truly don't believe that it's going to happen.
If the Wizards know the
we think
Jazz
he's
want
going
him,
down.
if the Wizards know the Jazz want him, they're not just going to select Pearson because the Jazz want DeBonsta. They're going to be like, all right, you want this number 1 pick? Give me the number 2 pick and
Plus
one of the bench guys, because they have a surplus of young talent over there. They could take a flyer on somebody. They could.
I think if you're going to give up the number 1 pick, you're going to ask, even if you're only moving down a spot, you're going to try to extract a lot of value.
DeBansta, he had, to me, the reason why he is going number 1 in this draft is because of his potential. And I've seen him play in person, watched him the whole game against Florida this year. He's 6'9", he can handle. He's not a great shooter, but he's got a good shot.
Yeah, he has good mechanics.
He'll be fine shooting the ball. He's not insanely athletic, but he's 6'9", and he's not a slouch on it athletically.
And he cares about defense.
I think it's the effort too.
And the way
he's got a good motor.
The way he handles the ball, I don't know how you can't take him number 1. He is a.
I agree. I'd take him number 1 for sure.
He's just one. Now, when Peterson played him, when they actually matched up, Peterson gave it to him.
Yeah.
But that game was at Kansas. I'm not going to kill a kid. If you've ever seen a game at Kansas, it's a game I always want to go to. I want to watch Kansas play a home game because their crowd looks insane. And
Allen Fieldhouse.
It's one of the toughest venues to play at. They could just suck. They could just kill you at that place. The energy, the crowd. A young guy not playing well there, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
So it could happen.
And Pearson obviously
Pearson's right,
slided.
And he's right on his level. So
yeah.
But the thing I like about Peterson, he can shoot the ball. Just flat out. The guy's a shooter. He's 6'6".
So I read that.
I like him.
I read that he wants to play point guard in the NBA, though. He wants to transition.
I don't know if he's a point guard.
I don't think he's a point guard either, but
I think his NBA, though, is almost shooting level.
I think he's going to be a combo guard, though. So, guys, since we're so high on the top 4, all of us are.
And even Boozer, I think Boozer, I could see him not being an NBA great, but it wouldn't shock me either. The thing about him, Boozer can shoot the ball. I think he shot almost 40%. I think he was 39% from 3 for the whole season at Duke. That's impressive. I don't care who you are.
With the top 4, I think he's probably the most NBA ready now. I think he has the highest floor.
I don't like his athleticism, his length.
Well, that's why he's not being talked about number 1.
He doesn't come off as explosive.
Yeah.
He's not like when you see even Peterson had, he dunked on DeVance, I was like, wow. He just, stuffed him in the basket. They have that NBA athleticism. Boozer's definitely lacking in that. And I think this guy that's going to go 4, Caleb Wilson, I mean, he's got unbelievable. If you told me in 5 years he was the best of this 4, I wouldn't be shocked at all.
Yeah.
This is a tremendous draft. And even the teams in this next round, 5 through 20,
they can get contributors.
I didn't even talk about the Michigan guys yet. Those guys, if you added them to the right team, if the Thunder got Lindenborg, I mean, you'd be like, wow, that's a hell of a pickup.
So, guys,
you could see him doing well on that team.
Outside the top 4, because everyone's high on the top 4, who are you guys most excited about, prospect-wise? I could start while y'all think. I'm most interested in Michael Brown.
That's my guy, Acuff. That's what I was going to say.
Louisville, though. Michael Brown is ranked around the 7th spot. I just hope Kings around there. I just hope one of the guys we like, because I am high on Acuff as well. I'm just worried about that spot, but Michael Brown has it all. He has it all.
I mean, if you need a guard in this draft, this is the draft.
That's why the Mavericks are trying to trade Kyrie Irving. You had that trade. It's funny for us. After John talked about the Kyrie to Detroit trade, I saw it on my timeline as well. I'm like, oh yeah, he called it. So we'll see where Kyrie gets traded.
He's gonna go.
I know, but I do think the Mavericks are gonna try to trade Kyrie, and Kyrie's a name. He's not getting paid an outrageous amount, and he could be the.
Could him and Cade play together? I don't know.
I 100% think so. I think Kyrie might be one of the most seamless stars.
And his health.
In the NBA.
The health is a big thing.
I mean, he's coming off a torn ACL and he's 34.
We've seen a lot of star players that were the guy when they played with LeBron, they get fizzled out or they get forgotten on. Kyrie was able to play with LeBron, play with Luka. Who could play with Luka, really? I know LeBron is right now, but LeBron's 41. And what I mean by that, because they're so ball dominant. They're ball dominant guys. I think Kyrie could play with anyone.
It's crazy to think that LeBron James is still playing.
Is this going to be his last year?
It has to be. I just can't. Like
I would never count him out.
I wouldn't either, but it's just like that you're talking about. Then he's going to be playing into.
I mean, the rumor is
43, 44 maybe.
There's a lot of smoke about him going to this super team with the Warriors.
I think he's staying in LA. I feel like that's just the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think so, but I wouldn't say it's out of the realm of possibilities of him going to the Warriors. I also saw a possible trade. It will be Jimmy Butler, Pods, and their future picks for Kawhi Leonard. So it'll be Kawhi, LeBron, and Steph Curry, with Draymond still being there.
That'd be sick.
They're so old though.
I know.
It's old.
It'd be like I'm thinking of it from like the perspective like this would be such an amazing team in 2018. Like
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we would pay attention
absolutely
for a moment,
not?
but I don't see them winning it with that team. They're not going to stay healthy.
They're old.
Yeah, but that was a trade rumor out there. I know that's
the
the
Clippers.
worst.
The Clippers are in an interesting position, which is for them miraculous to say, because if you like where they were at from the start of the year, they started out one of the worst teams in the West without a lottery
20
pick
or something.
Yeah, and then they managed to claw their way back to respectability. But then, if you ask me, I feel like they got bailed out by getting Darius Garland,
For James Harden.
all-star caliber point guard that's 12 years younger, 10 years younger.
Something crazy.
A decade minimum younger. They were able to do that. They were able to get, for Zubac, he had a great season, but they got Mathurin and the number 5 pick for him.
Yeah.
So they went from having practically no...
The pick was so heavily protected. It literally fell in
the perfect spot, the sweet spot. So it was like they had almost no hope.
It was protected 1 through 4, right?
Yeah.
And they have their
and
shells.
then it was 7 through 10.
And they have all their Shell LLC set up to pay these guys.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we're saying that now, but the NBA still hasn't finished their investigation. Like the investigation.
the Clippers, even when you think they're okay, they're still they're never out of it completely.
They could get, a severe penalty. That
I will say this:
seen.
Dolan winning this, it does put him above that now for us. As much as you hate him,
no, I would disagree.
he has a championship. He's got the ring.
It does, but
And
it's
he
just like
apologized.
yeah.
He apologized.
Like I said, blind squirrel. Like he stayed out of his own way. This for the most part.
He gave Leon Rose the keys, and Leon Rose changed the trajectory of this team.
Absolutely. The
But
big
if he
thing,
continues to stay out of the way,
that's not a guarantee.
Yeah.
Like that, especially
would you be
nowadays.
shocked if Mike Brown was fired in a week? They got into like a verbal. It wouldn't be the most shocking thing. It could. I'm not saying that would happen, but obviously that's crazy. But
like, the thing is, if
He did get fired for
one of
bad-mouthing Fox. He bad-mouthed the owner.
once you're one of Dolan's guys, like he'll give you blanket
yeah,
loyalty and
no question.
just like Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas could do no wrong.
Still can't.
He's still like, if Dolan could hire Isaiah Thomas
Does Isaiah get
now,
a ring? Does he get a ring?
yeah, he may. if Dolan could hire Isaiah now, he would try to do it. He loves him.
Yeah.
Because I remember that was
You
floated
would
that
think
you
Dolan
bring him
would
back.
be very like. He has these guys on this team. He has to love these guys,
Oh, absolutely.
these players, everybody. He's gotta. There has to be some like a little bit of loyalty to him because he was a joke for so many years,
Yeah.
especially being in New York. Because whatever you want to say about New York, it's still brutal.
I mean, everybody hates him in New York.
Yeah, he's not. He owns the Knicks, and they won the championship. He got booed at the ring ceremony.
Yeah.
He still hated it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else he could do.
They
It's
were
like,
showing the video, obviously,
I mean-
all around the city of when the trophy presentation, and when Dolan was giving his apology speech.
Yeah.
It was like just relentless booing.
I've never seen an owner apologize after winning a championship.
Well, his apology was.
I don't think I have.
His
Have you ever seen
apology
that?
was saying sorry it took so long, which is like not really an apology because it's all 53 years weren't on him, but it's just
But
like
the last 20 were.
the last almost
30.
30, yeah, 25, 26. I'd say
It's not his fault.
The reason why he's bad, because I think the NBA, and I'm not saying it's rigged for bigger markets.
It absolutely is not, and the Knicks are
I know,
proof of that.
but you still
Okay,
because they're so bad though.
Yeah.
Imagine if the Thunder, how they run the Thunder, if you put that organization in New York, they'd probably be very successful.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it doesn't hurt to be in a big market. The Lakers have benefited by being in a big market many years. You can use it to your advantage.
I still don't get how the Lakers got Luka Doncic.
They still make moves. That's what I'm trying to say.
It doesn't make sense.
That tells you how bad Dolan's been. He couldn't win being in New York. Like, then you shouldn't be this bad in New York. It's a basketball city. They should be more competitive than they have been. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Since we're back on the Knicks, though, Faraz, what are the other top 4 moments of the finals?
Oh wow! So after the tip, it's hard because I have a lot of recency bias. You know, there's a lot of Game 5 and Game 4 in there, but I mean, like actually there was the bucket in Game 2, like the Brunson. Well, he had the turnover, which is weird. Like to say one of the top moments of the series was not actually from the Knicks; it was from the Spurs. The turnover. Brunson had that clutch bucket in Game 1 to basically put the game out of reach.
That mid-range fadeaway.
It's hard to kind of order these. Like the other big play, I just remember the offensive rebound. Like that was when Mitchell Robinson grabbed that offensive rebound. I was like, they actually might win this.
Yeah.
Like they actually
it
might.
Still wasn't out the.
It still wasn't out of the realm of possibility, but that was the first time in the game that I believed that like this actually might be happening. Like because I was amazed that it happened.
I would say that rebound's number 2. That rebound's unbelievable.
I thought his run in Game 4 was huge. And that, I mean, they were down 30. It's the biggest comeback in finals history.
And he's not a scorer. For him to give you anything on that offensive
8
end,
points.
It was a big turnaround.
It's the moments, especially because the way the Knicks won was predicated on these big runs, right? So when I look at it, these moments, I kind of just I'm almost like meshing a lot of different moments into one. Yeah. So like in Game 4, OG Anunoby, yes, he had that tip, but he was incredible. The rest of the other part of the
he had 33. He was the MVP. If that was to win the series, he's MVP.
Probably, yeah.
But Brunson's scored 45.
Yeah.
And it was a good 45. He only took 27 shots.
Yeah, he was efficient.
It was his best game of the series by far.
But OG was hitting everything in the second half. He was hitting 3. Like he was unbelievable.
One trend I'm noticing, I don't know if it's always been this way in the NBA or it just feels more pertinent to right now, but it just did not feel like home court mattered. Either way, honestly, to me. I
think they're only saying that because the Knicks fans travel so well. I know the Spurs won Game 3, but we could say that was just the Trump curse.
All I'm saying though is I don't think
it is going to be the Trump curse. That's great.
I don't think the Spurs though lost any game in New York because of the crowd. They lost because the Knicks players beat them.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that Game 4 crowd during that comeback, it was something else. Like you could see like the camera shaking.
Well, I'm just not only that. So on the comeback, when Stephon Castle was inbounding, wasn't Stephon Castle? Whoever was inbounding the ball to Wemby in the post and it missed him, the crowd was literally touching the inbound.
Yeah, I know.
The crowd definitely had
at that
an
point.
Effect.
I'm not saying it had no effect.
And New York's in shambles. It's Gotham out there right now.
I'm just saying in general. Well, okay, but the Knicks. I'm not saying the Knicks at home that wasn't an advantage, but the Spurs home court was like nothing.
And I think that's because it's the Knicks that New York fans travel.
The Knicks lost more home games than they did road games. They only lost 1 road game. They lost 2 home games.
I'm just saying, though, but even in the series prior, the Spurs, they won 2 games in Oklahoma City, which I would have said is impossible.
I think I read Game 5 was almost a 50-50 split between San Antonio and New York.
The Knicks fans completely drowned out the Spurs fans. Like, it actually felt like it was the Knicks crowd in San Antonio. Because I remember when Stephon Castle had that dunk, it was like nothing.
Yeah.
And we saw in every other Spurs home game, they had the crowd colors. They had the Fiesta colors.
Yeah.
And that, I saw more orange and blue than anything else.
Well, there was that controversy that, I don't know, it arose and then it quickly fizzled out because there was a report that the Spurs were canceling tickets purchased by Knicks fans.
Oh yeah, I heard that rumor. I heard it got shut down.
Yeah. Well, Ticketmaster came out and said that's not the case, and that's actually standard practice. Like the tickets being or only sold to within that 150-mile radius or whatever from the stadium. But the thing is, you don't take into account it's second. They're the secondhand sites. So like a lot of people are buying tickets from a secondhand seller, not necessarily from a direct source, and the secondhand sellers can sell it to whoever they want.
Yeah.
So at that point, it's a moot point.
Man, Knicks are champions for us.
I still can't believe it.
And I'll say this for the NBA. Nothing could be better for the NBA than the Knicks winning one. Like it's huge.
Yeah.
Because there's no way, like all these records we saw with people watching. If it wasn't the Knicks, it would not have been the same.
I mean, the viewership record, it shattered every viewership record.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Like I'm not just saying this.
Beating Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan records.
Yeah. I actually thought the Thunder Pacers series to me was better last year in terms of quality play.
I don't know. I disagree.
I thought it was a more skilled game. A lot of threes made, a lot of.
But the reason I disagree is because there are a couple blowouts in there. Not, or a couple of games that were not particularly close. The only reason is that
no, I didn't say entertainment. I said skill wise.
Okay.
See, to me, the Spurs could they should have, if the Spurs finished Game 4. They set a record in Game 4, the first half of the finals.
Yeah, it was the most threes.
And then they couldn't make a three in the second half.
Yeah.
And they took bad threes.
Now,
when I say bad play, I'm speaking more of the Spurs.
I see what you're saying, John.
Knicks.
Skill-wise, it might have been a prettier game, but I think basketball...
I'm not saying entertainment. It was an amazing series.
I think basketball, poetic-wise, I like this series better. I like the highs and lows.
Yeah. Well, nobody likes the Thunder, too.
I like the highs and the lows. Yeah. Well, last year, I wasn't as big of an anti-Thunder guy. I didn't mind them winning their first one.
I was still rooting for the Pacers last year, though.
Yeah, I was still leaning Pacers. The Halley run was unbelievable. But for the Spurs and Knicks series, how up and down it was, I thought it was more, I don't know, just felt more basketball. It felt more poetic.
But the NBA...
I know it only went 5, though, but the games were close.
This is why the NBA... Last year's series went 7, too, so I'm not saying anything crazy. Went 7 games.
Bridges, so you were talking about Bridges was on...
IG Live.
Drunk. And Brunson actually tweeted out, somebody take Mikal's phone.
Yeah, he's leaking some critical things.
Yeah.
But for the NBA, I think it was huge for New York to be relevant again.
Oh, yeah.
It's been...
the rating... And it's funny, like, I actually look at the rating stuff, and I kind of look at it just with curiosity. I don't really think it says a whole lot. These TV deals are signed way in advance, so it doesn't actually, like, to us, it shouldn't really matter what the viewership numbers are. I just look at it as it's an interesting, fun data point. It doesn't really say much else beyond that. But
I think it set a record, though, because of the Knicks. If this was the Pistons or even the Celtics, I don't think it sets a record.
No. I think the Knicks were part of it. The Knicks were certainly a big part of it. It's the largest media market in the country.
But also globally because of Wemby.
Yeah, well, and not just globally, yes. But, like, in general, Wemby's being touted as the next face of the NBA. And 100%. So that actually makes it, even more compelling. You have the rising star against the biggest media market, which...
That's what they
a long-suffering media market, too.
Hey, Faraz, a couple weeks ago, I used polarizing in the wrong way with Wemby, but now... He is polarizing. Now people are turning on Wemby.
The villain arc has begun.
Yeah.
I wasn't right. I was right. I just wasn't right then.
Yeah, you were just a little early.
You got to remember, though, he's 22.
Yeah.
And when I'm saying polarizing, a lot of people are turning on him because he was choking a little bit, right? Or he's saying stuff in the media, or now people are saying he's dirty.
In my head, and then like
you could say he's a little dirty.
And the dirty stuff, yeah. I mean, if the Knicks had not won Game 5, the biggest story would have been
assessing that
flagrant foul. And like that would have been the biggest story.
Yeah.
Is that how do they miss that call? Or in the alternative, if the call was made, he's going to be suspended.
Yeah.
and that would have been the story of the series. That would have been the story over.
And then if Knicks
over
would
the
have won
29-point comeback.
If Knicks would have won Game 6, oh, you guys only won because Wemby
was out. Yeah.
And that's still almost being said. I said it earlier in the show. People are more so saying why the Spurs lost rather than why the Knicks.
Well, it's rationalization. Just like in 2016, when the Cavs came back from 3-1, it's like Bogut was not healthy.
Well, no,
Draymond suspension.
Yeah, it was mostly the Draymond suspension.
It's anything. The point being is that they want to try to find any way to rationalize it.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, he kicked the guy in the balls.
What are you doing? It's like, at the end of the day, you blew a 3-1 lead.
Yeah.
How you get there, I guess, is a little bit less inconsequential in the fact that you.
Draymond has 4 rings, but he might have cost him 2.
Probably more than that.
Yeah,
He's the reason Durant left. He's the reason why Jordan Poole had to get traded. Now he's a shell of himself. There's a lot of what-if scenarios there. In the parody era,
Draymond did. I was listening to his podcast with Shaq, and he said we get fined $100,000 for doing something, like if we get into a fight or some on-court issue.
They don't want us to win. They don't want us to have money.
No, but then the guy in the it's like in the corporate world they don't do that. And then the guy in the comments said, but in the corporate world they don't body slam a guy or kick him in the chest when he's down on the ground. I mean, it's kind of a fair point. Like Draymond will have he'll cut away. He's like, I haven't been in a fight in the NBA. And then they cut to him like it's 50 times. Yeah. He's like, he's getting a guy in the headlock. He's taking 2 guys down to the ground by grabbing their wrists. I don't know what game that is. It was it was unbelievable.
I remember the headlock one. It was when the Wolves.
He is entertaining.
It was when the Wolves were playing the Warriors, and I think Jay McDaniels and Klay Thompson got into it. It was them 2. Yeah. Draymond runs to Rudy Gobert, has nothing to do with the play, puts him in a headlock.
Yeah, I mean Draymond is funny.
He's the case. Speaking of the parody era, we've had a Lakers championship, a Celtics championship, and now the Knicks. We're back in the old days.
The old days.
No, this is great for the NBA when these cities are. It's better for the the Bulls. I don't understand the Bulls.
They're kind of the missing link.
They're so irrelevant, and they're such a big market that they just accept
it's just years of mismanagement.
It's horrendous.
But we're starting to see the seedings of them making the proper steps. I like this hiring. I think Thiago Splitter could help.
Caleb Wilson's going to be a wonderful pick.
Or Boozer.
I think it'll be Wilson.
I think so too, but whoever they get at 4,
they'll be happy.
Yeah.
The Bulls?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're in a win-win situation. No matter they don't have to make a decision.
Yeah.
Which is probably the best case. You don't want them to think too much. Last time they thought at the number 4 pick, they got
I'm just saying as a
Williams.
market though. If the NBA could have the Bulls, Philly, and Detroit, and the Knicks and the Celtics, that's a good Eastern Conference. That they're old basketball cities.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
I do agree with Faraz. The East is on the comeback.
No, anytime you win a title, you can't just not account for that. That's a major.
A lot of teams
and they
take
won
a step
it
forward.
The way they won it. There are teams that are going to be thinking are we one move away? Like the Cavs, the Pistons, the Celtics. Again, I don't think any one of them is going to win it, but they could say to themselves, if we make the right move and we beat the Knicks, could we win the championship? And you can't say they're totally wrong. They're one move away.
Well, John, you just said it. I know it's regular season. Regular season, Pistons swept the Knicks.
Yeah, I know.
The Celtics were
in dominating fashion.
And the Celtics were 2-2 or 3-1 against the Knicks.
Yeah,
in the regular season, but the Knicks regular season, that January, that mid.
And it's funny, the Knicks never played either of those 2 teams.
Yeah,
in the playoff.
But I mean, while
I don't think you did beat both of our teams last year, though.
And when Boston was on its way to its 5th championship, according to my math, that's when the Knicks beat the Celtics in the regular season in the playoffs, and that was after the Celtics. Same scenario. The Celtics had actually dominated them in the regular season, so there's no reason for the Knicks to even show up in the playoffs, of course. But then they won.
I was shocked that you guys manhandled us last season.
Man, it was in 6.
Nah, I think the Knicks completely won.
Oh yeah, no, the Knicks won for sure.
No, I thought they manhandled us because Celtics were the ones blowing those leads.
I thought the Knicks won impressively. I didn't think they manhandled them, but I thought they won impressively.
I know Tatum being hurt and Sam Hauser was out, but I thought the Knicks.
Sam,
I thought the Knicks played real well. Speaking of the Celtics, though, let's touch on the JB trade. So I've been reading. JB is essentially gone. As a Celtics fan, I don't know how you could keep Jalen Brown after all these trade rumors. He seems like the type of player. His name's getting thrown out. He's not going to come in with a positive mindset.
Can he say where he wants to go or no?
No, he's not. There's only like 1 or 2 players in the NBA that have no trade clauses. That's LeBron, and I think that's it right now, actually. But Jalen Brown for Giannis, that's essentially a done deal. Now finding a third team to get Jalen Brown because the Bucks don't want him. So a few teams on that list. The Clippers would get Jalen Brown to try to amend this this timeline issue with Kawhi Leonard and Darius Garland. So it'll be Giannis to the Celtics. I'm just saying the main players here, not all the extra picks and salary fillers. So it'd be JB to the Clippers, Giannis to the Celtics, and the Bucks will get that number 5 pick. That's that big deal, and that's who the Bucks want, that number 5 pick to help mend that timeline.
That makes sense.
Is this Celtics radio?
No, this is everywhere on Twitter right now.
Giannis?
Well,
so Giannis for Brown.
Yeah, that's what it is. And their markets right now are essentially the same player because Giannis is 3 years older. He hasn't had a healthy playoffs, and Jalen Brown's coming off his best year as an NBA guy.
His happiest year too. It was so fun.
His high of getting knocked out in the first round. No, I love Jalen Brown. I don't want to see him go, but getting Giannis in this isn't the worst thing, right? Now, the other 3-team trade, which I don't think this one's going to happen, but the rumor is Jalen Brown goes to the Miami Heat. Giannis goes to the Celtics, and the Bucks will get the Miami core of the young guys. Yeah. And it's to match salary because that's just really what it is. The Heat, I don't think, have an enticing offer in the Bucks' mind. Just them alone,
Yeah.
But it's the extra picks that the Celtics got because the Celtics got all their future picks. And then the other possible 3-team trade would be Jalen Brown to the Hawks. And the Bucks will get like Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Or sorry, not him. It'll be Jonathan Kuminga and then one of the other young guys on the team with the picks. But yeah, Giannis...
That doesn't sound as enticing.
Well, it's all the picks and the young guys. I think...
I feel like that would be
the first pick last season.
I feel like that would be a step back. Significant step back.
The Bucks want to bottom out, though.
No, I mean for the Celtics. If it's Jalen Brown's not involved in this.
No, Jalen Brown's going to the Hawks, and the Celtics still get Giannis, and what the Hawks would get for Jalen Brown, they send to the Bucks.
I misheard it.
Yeah, it's a 3-team trade. I don't think it's going to stay in the Eastern Conference. I think the Clippers one makes the most sense.
Well, we'll see. I feel like the Clippers may be a little hamstrung because this investigation into
they got
Kawhi, into the Kawhi side dealing still hasn't concluded.
Also, this this draft night. I feel like not always, but there could be something crazy happen.
I hope so because
there usually always is, right? There's always some type of trade.
I feel like that hasn't happened very recently where there's.
No Tyrus Thomas for LaMarcus Aldridge draft night trade.
Really, the biggest draft night trade that I could think of that actually had repercussions for a team long term was Denis Avdija being traded to the Blazers, and that wasn't looked at as like a significant trade at the time. It just ended up that he ended up being.
Oh, you mean Denny Avdija?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Well, maybe
the way you sound like which player is that? Denny Avdija.
Maybe it won't happen.
That was a big deal.
But if something like that happens, it could obviously affect next season's outcome.
The trade that's speaking out to me, I mean, the Derek Queen trade. I know Derek Queen had a great year, but the Hawks got another lottery pick, and
the Pelicans lucked out that it didn't really move.
And worse, but this is a real good draft, and for the Pelicans to. I don't know. I didn't like that trade.
Joe Dumars, baby, it's cooking.
That's your boy.
Yep, got us a championship.
Do we want to touch on the Knights losing at all, Faraz?
We talked about this off air previously, but I was like, that might have been the first time. Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final might have been the first time I've seen a team lose a series while winning a game.
Yeah.
because that comeback that Carolina put on, it set into motion one big thing, is that they changed their goalie the rest of the series. So that
One of the series.
totally changed the complexion of the series.
He got him back in that game.
He got him back. Yeah,
they almost won that game.
Yes.
If they won that game, the Knights would not have won another game. I think they would have
The
swept
whole
out.
momentum of that game changed. It was a penalty and it was a 1-on-1.
Penalty shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when they changed the goalie and he got the guy to miss.
Yeah. And
changed.
Mitch Marner whiffed on it, and he said later he didn't realize that they switched goalies at intermission.
That was it's funny that definitely changed the series without a doubt. Hockey's a fickle game. Momentum. I mean, you never know. But it was. I'll say this. It was still. I still think it's bad for the Knights. Obviously, you lost, but they were up game 2 goals with 9:45 to go. If they win that game and go up 2-0, obviously if they win game 3, they're up 3-0.
3-0.
They went 2-1 in those first 3, but losing that game 2 turned out to be a killer.
And we said it on the show last week. I thought they need to win game 4 because I didn't think they could win another one in Carolina. Now game 7, anything could happen, but I didn't think that, and they lost that game 5. I didn't think they'd win that game 5.
Well, and the other thing, John Tortorella, I don't know, he really loved Carter Hart, the goalie, and Carter Hart had the ignominious record of being, the first goalie to give up 4 goals, at least 4 goals, maybe 4 flat, but at least 4, in every single game of the Stanley Cup until last night's game, which
it was 3.
It didn't matter because they
still gave up 3.
he gave up 2. One was an empty netter, but it doesn't matter if you can't get on the board.
You're not going to win a cup though if your goalie's getting up 4 goals a game.
Exactly.
You're done.
Something else I read.
And he was.
You're done.
He was so offended at the suggestion that to switch the goalie, and it looks kind of foolish in hindsight.
When the other guy did.
When the other team did, and it caused one in the series.
Adapt or die.
So I read that the coach, obviously, he took over for the team with 8 games left in the season or whatever it was. He has a handshake deal not to return. That he was just here to end the season, finish the playoffs, and he's done. So the coach
with
isn't
the
coming
Knights,
back.
they could hire the janitor to be the next coach, and they'd still make the cup.
Yeah, I guess the team is kind of itself, right?
Yeah.
No, but shout out Rosie Perez. Sometimes when you lose, you really win, and sometimes when you win, you really lose. And Rosie Perez and White Man Can't Jump said it best. And they won that game 3, but they lost the series because of that.
Yep, I really felt like that changed everything. And I normally would have been way more worked up about it, but Knicks won.
You're going to New York, baby.
I'm going to New York.
We're going to Disneyland.
Yeah. It's just going to be really hot, muggy, and
Won't be as hot as
garbage.
No, here it's awful.
Yeah, but I mean, over there you have the heat.
You
and
get to see the trash on the side of the street.
Yeah, exactly.
I like
it's
that.
going to smell great.
Trash?
No, Manhattan. It's crazy to see because they have no space, so it's literally just trash on the street. But they do come and pick it up, trash guys. But New York's. There is no place like New York. You have to go.
I've never been. It's on my to-do list.
It's a cool place.
It's the center of the universe.
Eat all the good pizza out there. You guys send us pictures.
The food in New York, any type of food.
Oh,
it's just good.
It's unbelievable.
Never had a bad meal in New York.
Halal pizza.
Dude, everything is amazing there.
I got baby back ribs in Manhattan, and they were like the greatest ribs ever. Like you wouldn't think they would be good, but they were amazing.
Yeah.
They were still good.
Like, I love New York. So.
All right.
Yeah, that wraps us up. We're the Club Rats. I'm Jesiah.
John.
Faraz.
See you guys next time. Remember to like, subscribe, comment. Peace.